Came before the upward motion for the shot.
Now just watch a little bit of the handle here. See, once he makes that move, we know it's 6'7", we know it's 285, but it's the quick feet. His feet are quick, and then he is a blur on the break for a man that size.
That foul was his second foul. Satoransky finds Luke Cornett. Holiday inside Williamson. Pass finds it.
Now it's nice to see Favors move without the ball that time. So he can get lost out there if you're not going to post him up or you're not going to run anything for him in that area or like a down screen to have him come off for that medium shot.
Favors good defense on that. Williamson gets inside and draws yet another foul. And there he goes crashing into the stanchion.
Now Lonzo Ball once again out on the break. Up until right now, you have to look at all of this because he can make the play. He has 8 assists and then that play right there. Beautiful. He'll set you up and the pass will be right on the money.
You know, everybody has talked about this. We're certainly not the first, but for him to get out of LA and get away from all the drama that came between his father and playing for the Lakers, he can just concentrate on basketball. He's got an unbelievable instinct at both ends of the floor. He's a terrific young player.
He's 6'6". He's not 6'2" or 6'3". He's a legit 6'6". Plus, he's very quick, and he has an excellent handle off the dribble and will make the pass. The big thing is, sure, in game 1, he was 3 for 8 in a 3-ball. Now tonight he hasn't scored in a 3-ball, but that's there.
Does a good job there on Porter.
Yeah, they like his rebounding also.
Markkanen throws it down, and the guard's rebounding is going to be important for the Pelicans. Holiday's also a very good rebounder. Just over 3 minutes gone by here in the third. Feed inside to Favors, and Favors throws it up and in.
When they run that pick and roll, Mike, from the foul line to the top of the circle, when they roll that man down inside, they put a lot of pressure on you. Here it is right here. See, now watch what happens. 2 guys go to the ball. Well, now if you're going to pick that man up, you're going to leave a player that's in the corner totally unplayed, wide open. So the guy can either score or he can kick for a 3.
Zach LaVine commits his second. Again, because the preseason schedule is less, you're seeing certain coaches, again, especially when it's with new rosters, playing their regular guys a little bit more.
Oh, you have to. Look, back in the days, you know, for so many years in this league, you played 8 exhibition games. It's just recently, within the last 4 or 5 years, that they've cut it down, and now some teams are only playing 4. So, now what happens there is the players say from 12 on up to 17 are not going to get much time.
Right.
If you're only going to play 4 or 5 exhibition games.
Markkanen lines up the 3. Short. Porter had it, nearly knocked out of his hands by Lonzo Ball. Porter able to recover nicely.
Well, Chicago's playing with a little swagger here. I mean, we all know that on Monday night, the Pelicans went into Atlanta and just hammered Atlanta and scored 133 points. But tonight, they cannot keep in the flow because Chicago is really being physical with them at the defensive end.
Porter again. Porter knocks down the 3-pointer. He's got 16.
I tell you, he's having like he started off. And remember, they were questioning whether or not he was going to play.
Yeah, the thing for me is a turnover. LaVine, ball in pursuit.
Nice.
Trying to knock it away. Blocked from behind by Ingram, but Satoransky to follow.
Love it.
Alvin Gentry putting up his hands. Where is everybody?
No,
he is not happy.
I like what you saw there. Never assume the guy's going to make the layup. Always follow up. Now just keep an eye on Otto Porter. Remember we told you about him now. He has 3 straight years now where he's made over 100 threes a year.
Swin Cash now in the Pelicans front office. What a terrific player she was. Meanwhile, the WNBA Finals presented by YouTube TV. Game 5 tomorrow night on ESPN2. Connecticut Sun versus the Washington Mystics. Series all tied at 2, so we're Champion will be crowned tomorrow, and for both franchises, first time WNBA champion. That should be a great game.
It should be. It's been a good series. Just want to bring out a point now for you, if you're a fan out there saying, what's happened to the Pelicans? At the beginning of the second quarter, up until now in the third, the score is 62-43. Major negative.
Nickeil Alexander-Walker, a rookie from Virginia Tech, has come on. That's him right there on cue. Misses. Levine the rebound. Josh Hart also into the game. Nicolo Melli, the rookie from Italy, played in the first half. He's back on the floor. Alvin Gentry's not happy. He was pretty disgusted when he called that last time out. Levine draws the foul, got bumped, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Rated everyone.
Ubi had a chance to talk with Levine before the game, and they know they're young, but he feels that their energy is going to be their strength. The way he phrased it, he goes, we got a lot of young, hungry dudes, and they're playing with that kind of energy tonight.
I like that, and also the fact that they run some stuff to free the people to score. And the additions now with White and Cornette and then Young, that's three big additions for your second unit that can score.
Meanwhile, Williamson again just quickly powers to the basket. He's got 23 points. He's 9 of 10 from the field. Thaddeus Young and Zion Williamson picks up his third personal.
See, he's going to be challenged anytime that he plays a man out on the wing, whether he can play these guys off the dribble, especially a talented small forward. A small forward, guy 6'8", right? You know what I'm saying. But he'll be challenged out at that area, no doubt about it. Guys will take him to try to get him in foul trouble.
Josh Hart, another one of those Lakers who came over in the Anthony Davis deal. Levine that time forced that one. He's taken, and he's talked about taking better shots. That's why his field goal percentage so high. That was one of the, probably the only bad shot he's taken tonight.
Yes, very, very good. Astute observation. I like Hart.
Whoa, Williamson this time scoop layup, scoring in a number of different ways. He's got 25 points in 25 minutes. We're past the midway point here in the third quarter. Marketing.
Oh my.
Boy, that's a fourth shot as well. They've been so good at passing the ball, all of a sudden taking some bad shots.
Yeah, sometimes, even though it's an exhibition, you get called timeout. And we got to, send a message here at the timeout level.
Alexander Walker, nice feed, and Williamson just an uncanny ability to finish around the rim. He's 11 of 12 from the field.
Just think of where he catches the ball, Mike. All of his catches have been foul line extended within 15 feet.
Satoransky keeps it alive, and Levine is fouled. And he'll go back to the line.
Your point, Mike, about Zion tonight is right on the money. You can see he's going to take it, going to cross over and go strong to the hole, because he doesn't have to take the mid-range or the three. Everything tonight, I'm too strong, I'm too quick for the frontline people that are picking me up, or even a trap. The traps are slow. I'm breaking everything down, and I'm not forcing anything. I'm taking logical, good, high percentage shots.
He was huffing and puffing a little bit there. Pace has been pretty good. Of course, in the summer league, he came in and kind of tweaked his knee after 9 minutes and wasn't in great condition there, but he has really worked so hard. Get himself in good condition. He's played 25 minutes already. Probably won't play much longer tonight.
Well, you see, if you're going to play the way they want to play, and that is last year they were third in the league in scoring.
Oh, again. He seems to be in the right place, knows where the open spot is.
Very good, very good. It's the old story, high IQ of understanding where the ball is and the angles of the court.
Thaddeus Young with a good finish off the pass from Markkanen. His team's just exchanging buckets. Melli for three.
Well, he was due. They like him. He's strong. He's played a lot of professional basketball, you know, in the FIBA, and it's a good addition for them.
9 years overseas for Melly as Chris Dunn floats that one up and in. Melly's 6'9", 235. Played most of his career overseas in Italy, a little bit in Germany and Turkey as well. And offensive foul. Thaddeus Young steps in and draws the charge.
There is nice move without the ball. See, he's easy. If his man hesitates and steps away from him to look to help out on a dribbler, he's moving without the ball quickly, and he creates the passing lane. It's the old story of you have to pass me the ball if I create it, otherwise the coach don't take you out. Okay.
Marking it inside to Thaddeus Young. Coach will take anybody out if they don't find him. His ability to finish.
Hard to miss when he's open, Mike.
And he knows too, like he's talked about, he knows it's different on this level. Traveling violation call. He knows the players are quicker and stronger, but he's finding a way to take advantage. That's a heck of a shot chart.
Now you have to love it. Now, if you're the team that's trying to defense him, how do you stop him? Because he makes it look so easy, and it's right from the get-go.
He's probably, my guess is he's probably done for the night as he sits down. Again, he also had 8 free throw attempts. He took 7 in the first game. He's going to get to the free throw line. Just so impressive the way he carries himself. He's endeared himself to his teammates. Nothing entitled about the way he approaches the game and the way he practices and how hard he works.
Well, look, in the game 1 at Atlanta, he only played in 27 minutes. So they're kind of taking him, you know, stay around that because it's only the second exhibition game.
Thaddeus Young pass goes awry. Knocked out of bounds. Last touch by the Bulls off the hands of Daniel Gafford.
Now, with this group in here right now, you have 2 drafted people. You have Gafford at the center position out of Arkansas at 6'10", who they really like as a shot blocker and also a rebounder. And then White in the backcourt that you picked up in the first round.
Well, he misses. Kenrick Williams has also come out for the first time for New Orleans as we hit the 3-minute mark here in the third.
Ooh,
Valentine way outside.
way out.
Do you remember? It wasn't that long ago where a shot that far out would immediately get you on the bench. You see 2. You see probably half a dozen per game.
Well, look, a year ago, the only team to attempt 43s a game for the season was Houston. Now, we had a lot of other teams in the 30s. But now in the exhibition, Dallas the other night attempted 50. And then think of the Pelicans the other night in Atlanta, 45.
Well, Alvin Gentry was saying before the game that they want to shoot 43s a night. They took 101 shots the other night in their preseason opener. 93 of the 101 were either 3-pointers or shots around the rim. Took about 8 shots that you would consider long 2s. And a 3-pointer there. Williams able to connect. Gafford draws the foul, count it, and 1. Another good look inside. It's going to be the 33rd assist of the night, and we're still in the third quarter.
Well, when you play at this pace, you have to understand it takes a long time for you to get in condition to keep this up because it's a 48-minute game. It's not a college game of 40 or a high school game with minutes. Consequently, you really have to pace yourself because then the coaching staff wants you to defend at the other end, and if the other team is running it back, it makes for a difficult night this early in the season.
Gafford hits the free throw. Gafford is their 2nd-round pick. He played 2 years at Arkansas. He's from Arkansas. As Etuan Moore connects on a 3-pointer. Bulls finished the second quarter strong. Began the third quarter just as strong. And have had a big lead most of the second half thus far. Melly lost it out of bounds, knocked off his hand. Well, just 2 weeks until the NBA regular season begins. ESPN's first doubleheader is going to be Wednesday, October 23rd. Great start. 2 terrific matchups. Celtics and Sixers from Philly, then Denver and Portland out in Oregon. Coverage begins with NBA Countdown at 7. As Valentine with a nice up and under move.
If you're a Chicago fan, you're very happy. Your team continues to get movement without the ball. They continue to get into the painted area and attacking the rim. And they're shooting a great percentage in the 3-ball.
Josh Hart misses. Alexander Walker grabs a hold of Valentine to stop the fast break. Team's in the penalty. So Denzel Valentine will shoot. A lot of coaching going on in this preseason with so many young players. And again, new faces on the team. I mentioned Valentine missed that entire season with the ankle injury.
Let me bring this.
Looks like he's got his hops back.
Yeah, I'm happy for him because he could shoot the 3. He could hit the mid-range jumper. You know, he was very cerebral as a player, and unfortunately, you know, the major surgery. But give Chicago credit here. They have 14 players with 3 or less years of experience, 3 players with 4, 5, or 6 years, and only 1 guy in double figures, and that's a 12-year veteran out of Georgia Tech, Thaddeus Young.
Kobe White misses. That was a nice defensive play. Boy, Gafford he's all over the place hustling, as Alexander Walker throws a bad pass. He's got a chance.
Yes, he
both
does.
Kobe White and Gafford, they both have a chance to be in the rotation.
You have to remember that sitting out tonight's game because of an injury is a key player for the Chicago Bulls, and that's Wendell Carter Jr. at 6'10", 270 out of Duke. He's been in the league 2 years. This is his 3rd year. This young guy will be their starting center, gives them shot blocking, rebounding, and a cerebral player up front.
Had a nice rookie year. You saw the numbers there. Yeah. But they need his toughness. It's not the most physical team, these Bulls, and he can be physical. Alexander Walker, turnaround shot won't go, and Valentine comes away with it. We wind down the 3rd quarter. Bulls led by 13 at halftime after a 45-point second quarter. And they've increased their lead. Shot clock at 5. More good ball movement. Thaddeus Young can't connect. Valentine the rebound. Picked up by White. White, the floater is good.
I want to tell you, that continuity that they just ran was a set play. And it was interesting how many screens they did. And the ball still went out to the 3-point line. And they made 2 more passes.
Chicago Bulls have got 107 points, and we still have a quarter to go. Despite the heroics of Zion Williamson, it's been all Bulls in the second half.
I'm going in, I can't be stopped. You are get out my way. I gotta win, act like I'm not the one on the top. We've been it before, you know what I did. I'm on my job, I'm doing my thing. I'm flex on you boys, I do it again. They said whatever, and I don't do talking, you should score. I'm going in.
Well, it was an historic offseason in terms of player movement, especially when you talk about top players, all NBA players. Look at that, 6 all NBA players from last year changed teams, and it really changing the balance of teams and putting some teams now in championship hunts. It's an incredible turnaround what happened this summer, Udi.
You're absolutely right, no doubt about it. But according to the rules, everyone made an adjustment for themselves and their families, which is legal. And then what happened now is in the West, you have at least 6 to 7 teams that could possibly come out of there. And remember, the big key will San Antonio get their 23rd year straight in the playoffs? In the East, we all know Milwaukee is loaded, so is Philadelphia. Now, can Boston make up for the 5 key guys that they've lost? will they have that same chemistry in that? And we know Toronto, by losing Leonard, is a major loss for Toronto.
You saw Gafford with the block shot. You mentioned Boston as young as foul. It really, they didn't lose just Kyrie Irving.
That's correct.
I mean, they lost Al Horford, his intangibles, it's hard to measure.
Right.
Terry Rozier, Aaron Baines, and Marcus Morris, who was so critical for that team and their success.
Well, you're dealing with, 5 guys that were really major for them, even at the end of games. And then along with Irving, but then when Irving was out, and how about the year before that, where naturally a lot of young players performed and they got to the Eastern Conference Finals. But when you lose 5 players of that quality, well, it's putting a lot of strain on the coaching staff to make all of the new people arrive, accept the offensive and defensive theories, as well as the pressure of playing with that type of expectation in Boston.
Gafford hits the free throw. You look at those 3 teams, Milwaukee, Boston, Philly. They all lost a key player from last year or more. Milwaukee losing Malcolm Brogdon.
Right.
He was instrumental for them. Philadelphia losing Jimmy Butler and J.J. Redick. Now, obviously, they've all acquired other guys.
Right.
But the guys that were very important to their teams on some of the best teams in the league.
I just would like to say something about Brogdon leaving Milwaukee to go to Indiana. He had a 50% plus from field goals, over 40 in threes, over 90 on the line, to become only the 8th player since we put in the three-point line in 1979. Think about that.
Wow.
Only the 8th guy, and Malcolm Brogdon did it last year for Milwaukee.
Had a great year. Meanwhile, Okafor is fouled. Okafor, what he's talked about, during the offseason, he was diagnosed with a sleep apnea. He went to one of those sleep labs, and they found he stopped breathing 20 times an hour when he was sleeping. And he used to wonder why. He'd think that he had a good night's sleep. He'd wake up, he was tired. And he said now he uses that, what do they call the CPAP, when he sleeps at night, as that jumper won't go. And he says he's had more energy in recent months than he's had in a long, long time. And you can see it by the way he's playing out there. He's got a great bounce to his step.
Well, he said about his career, he was an outstanding player in high school, did a great job at Duke, came into the league, got lost for a number of years, and then all of a sudden gets into to the Pelicans last year. And then what happens? Right at the end of February, from there to the end of the season, all of a sudden, double-doubles.
Yep.
And he's playing great. He was playing great for them.
Josh Hart gets a good look, knocks down the 3.
Well, this guy's a solid player. I thought he did a great job with the Lakers because he can play guard, he can defend, he can shoot the 3, he can handle the ball. He's a very good defender on perimeter people.
Thaddeus Young spinning. And Williams with the board. Just over 2 minutes gone by here in the 4th. Second preseason game for both these teams. The Bulls have been impressive. 52% from the field. They've shared the ball, 34 assists. Alexander Walker.
Well, he had a very nice career at Virginia Tech.
2 years with the Hokies. It was the 17th pick in this last year's draft. Brooklyn took him, then traded him to Atlanta, and then he was traded to New Orleans.
So what's wrong with the Pelicans here tonight? They're 6 for 22 in the 3-ball. When they played Atlanta the other night, they had a field and they shot 38% in threes, takes 45, makes the game a lot easier for you.
Yeah, well, hard show of that. He's at back-to-back. They've scored 12 straight points now, and the lead is cut to 11. Oh, nice finish and the foul. And you can see why the coaching staff loves this kid. Daniel Gafford, the 21-year-old who plays with such energy, with a chance for a three-point play.
Just watch the dribble handoff right here. Nice screen and then roll. Every time that the Pelicans try to help out on the dribbler coming off the screen, the roll man has been killing them on give-and-go basketball because of the unselfishness of the dribbler accepting the trap or the semi-trap and making the pass.
6'11", 233. He's one of 5 kids from El Dorado, Arkansas.
He's got talent, no doubt about that. Plus he helps. He's been helping all night on guys, you know, on the roll.
Okafor scores and quickly turns and says, good pass. Keep raving about the Bulls and their assists. The Pelicans